So second series of 3 exercises in our day 2 for the first month. We're going to do the hanging scapular circle. So of course you'll just do this on a regular gymnastics bar. You're getting a slightly wider grip than shoulder width, and you're going to do circles. First I'm doing 5 circles backwards. So this is working those scapular retractors. And then I'm going to do 5 circles forward. So it's hard to see which direction I'm going, but you can trust that I'm doing them the right way. And if you can just cue your athletes either going forwards or backwards to get that range of motion. If you need maybe some of your weaker athletes or your more amateur athletes, you might need to spot them to reduce that load a little bit. Or the other thing you can do is hook up some elastics in order to reduce that load, in order to get them to effectively do that range of motion. Second exercise, you're going to need a bench or a block set up, and it's shoulder elevated hip bridges. You're going to get the athletes to position their shoulder blades, the lower part of their shoulder blades, just at the bench, and hands can be either across their shoulders or supporting their head if they would like. Drop the hips down as low as they can without losing contact of that bench, and then pushing through the heels, driving through the glutes, coming up as high as they can. A cue that I like to give athletes as well is to gently squeeze, almost as if you've got a balloon between the knees that you don't want to pop, but you want to keep a little bit of compression on. That helps fire up those posterior muscles as well. And again, 12 to 15 reps with that one. Later in the phases, we'll be loading that. And then finally, we've got the penny arch exercise. It's called penny arch exercise. We're going to use a toonie so it's easier to see. Your athletes will be in bare feet most likely anyways. And what you're going to do is you're going to get the athletes to place the toonie underneath the arch. And for those athletes who have a nice formed arch, the toonie isn't going to do a heck of a lot, but for those athletes, there are going to be a few that have a collapsed arch, and you'll see that when they put their arch on top of that toonie, their ankle really collapses in. And what the toonie does is it gives them that cue for just sets of 10 seconds. You're going to have the athletes try to either increase the arch around that toonie, keeping their toes nicely spread, and for those athletes whose arch really collapse on, they should feel that they've lost pressure on that arch. From the front, if it's hard to see what's going on, where the athlete should feel it, they should feel it all the way up the lateral aspect of their ankle, and as well, hopefully they feel it a little bit in the glute. So slight bend in the knee, and the athlete is trying to roll that arch up through the ankle. As you can see there, I'm activated. There, it's collapsed. There, it's activated. So I'm holding that for 10 seconds, trying to press through the toes, feel it in through here, and then I relax and collapse down. I ideally don't want the collapse position, but it just gives that athletes the ideal versus the non-ideal position. So do that on both sides, aiming for 3 to 5 times 10 seconds.